James Norman is charged in a murder-for-hire plot. The victim, his nephew, Andre Montgomery, was killed in March 2016 on Natural Bridge. He was the grandson of Miss Robbie, the original owner of Sweetie Pies. The restaurant and the family were the focus of a series on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
I drove my mom through the park to the spot where Andre lost his life, because I had not been there yet. I don't think Mom had been there either. And we're still in the same street, basically, as my grandmother's house, Natural Bridge. So you can see Grandma's house right from here.
Natural Bridge is the main street that goes from one end of the city to the next. Everything happens on Natural Bridge. All the crime, all the fast racing. This is it.
Yeah, that's it.
They say he came out and used the phone, so they had to shoot him right here on this porch.
Year-old James Norman was arrested this morning in Jackson, Mississippi for conspiring with another woman to have his nephew killed. Federal authorities say their murder-for-hire plan was all over a $450,000 life insurance policy. Our News 4 cameras were there in the late night hours of March 14, 2016, after Andre Montgomery was shot and killed inside a house on Natural Bridge. Andre had appeared several times on the St. Louis-based reality TV show Sweetie Pies, this video showing him graduate just a few years before he was killed. Now, 4 years after his murder, authorities still don't know who pulled the trigger, but say Montgomery's uncle, James Norman, and a woman were behind it all. Court documents show 2 years before the murder, Norman took out a $450,000 life insurance policy on his nephew, in which Norman was the only beneficiary.
We've lost a lot of family members here on this street. Andre, as of late, and then before Andre, my father. And in between that was Lyndon's son, Monique's brother, Aaron, who was like my brother. And it's all on this one street, a few blocks from each other. Right across from Grandma's house.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
Since Andre's passing, I haven't gone through this part of the city. And really, I've been avoiding it.
I mean, it's like off life.
In the days leading up to the murder, Norman, who was living in LA, began communicating with an exotic dancer by the name of Teresa Ellis, who lived in Memphis, Tennessee. They both traveled to St. Louis, and on the day of the murder, prosecutors say Ellis contacted Montgomery to learn his exact location. After learning that information, she used a temporary phone to call Norman, and Montgomery was killed minutes later. Authorities say Ellis's phone location placed her in the area of the murder at the time of the homicide, and that she called Norman immediately after the murder took place and then left town. Soon after, Ellis deposited over $9,000 into bank accounts that previously had a negative balance. And a week after the murder, Norman contacted the life insurance company to collect on the $450,000 policy. And court documents show that despite several attempts to collect the insurance money, Norman hasn't been able to do so because he's failed to submit proper documents.
Somebody that I wanted to take under my wing and make sure that he paid it. And my goal was to get him through high school. And so when I did that, I really wanted him to go back home, because St. Louis is a city where black men are killing each other. And he came back and then was there like 4 or 5 days and got killed. So that's heartbreaking.